Hey guys, welcome back to Mad About Skin. In today's video, we're talking some forgotten skincare favourites. Those amazing products that were all the rage 2, 3, 4 years ago, but you don't really hear anything of today. Well, we're going to resurrect them. We're going to take a second look. Are they just as good now as maybe we remember? And what are the reasons why they're not getting the same attention that perhaps they deserve? We're going to talk about it all in today's video. I'm going to keep this super free-flowing and casual so we can just chit-chat and explore some forgotten gems that maybe might be worth a second look. Sit back, relax, let's talk some forgotten skincare favourites. Now, before we get into this video, I would of course love to know any former holy grails that you had that maybe you're thinking of taking a second look at. Sound off in the comment section below and let's get that conversation going. If you enjoy this style of content where we take a look back on skincare memory lane and maybe talk about some products that we former fangirled about, let me know by giving the video a big thumbs up and a like. This really does support me as a content creator, so from the bottom of my heart, thank you all so much. I've got a lot to get through, so I do want to delve straight in, but before I do, just to give a shout out to James Welsh, who filmed a similar video to this on his channel, and I thought, so fun to watch, I kind of wanted to recreate it with my own forgotten favourites. I've linked his video in the comment section, and I would definitely recommend you check it out and show him some love. But with all that out of the way, let's cut that waffle and delve straight on in. So today we've got some brands that I forgot about, we've got some individual products, we've got a little something of everything. All the brands and products that I do mention will be listed in the description box below if you didn't quite catch the name or the spelling or whatever and maybe want to take a second look for yourself. All those links are there for your convenience. But we're going to kick off with this product. So this is the roche-posay anthelios UV Mune400. A sunscreen that I think hit the shelves around 2 years ago and like instantly exploded. Everyone talked about how amazing it was, and honestly this has one of the best broad spectrum protections you're ever going to find. It was that amazing protection that led a lot of people to like gravitate towards it, buy it and try it. It got so much hype, so much viral attention, but now you don't see really people mention it as much, and I think there's a couple of reasons. First and foremost, the amazing formulation is an EU formulation. So if you're shopping from within the European Union or wider European area, you'll be getting the best formulation. They actually use the same name for the product in the US market, but it's a completely different formulation that doesn't have the same broad spectrum coverage. So I know there was a little bit of an issue with people saying, oh, I thought I was buying one thing, but I got something very different, even though they have a very similar name. I wish brands wouldn't do this. I understand with regulations why they do, but I wish they wouldn't because it is quite confusing for us as consumers that are shopping in a global market. But I think that was one of the issues. Also, it's packed full of drying alcohol, which meant that people tried it and were like, wow, this is invisible. It feels great on the skin. I'm getting all that protection. But maybe they used it consistently for a week and thought, okay, this is stripping and it's drying. And that was my experience. Fine for the odd use, but I think, long term, you're going to get a lot of dry skin, dehydration as a result of the amount of drying alcohol in here. Also, look at the size. This is the actual size. Compare it to my face. The actual size. Yeah, they're not generous for that. I think £18 I paid for it. If you give it a shake up and you see it comes out like a very watery fluid, which is what you'd expect from a super lightweight product. It blends in, there is zero, and I mean zero ashiness, white cast, or any issue with the product, and it's truly lightweight and invisible. But it does have quite a pungent alcohol-y smell, which you'd expect with the amount of denatured alcohol in here, and yeah. I got why it was viral, and I do think that, we should be looking at higher, more broad spectrum protection options from our sunscreens. So I applaud La Roche-Posay for going down that avenue. But I think the reason a lot of people loved it but didn't repurchase it was it just dried the skin out. Now let's talk about an entire brand. This is rovectin, which are an amazing Korean skincare brand. They got a lot of love. A lot of hype and a lot of attention around 3 years ago, and I think they were just about everyone's favourite Korean skincare brand. You don't really hear people talk about it now. It's all about Cosrx, Beauty of Joseon, all of those like common names. You don't hear people talk rovectin as much. I think that's a shame because actually their products are great. I'll be honest, I stopped using them because I just moved on to newer products, but actually I went back and revisited some of my old favourites, and yeah, they're as good as I remember them being. I think maybe the issue with rovectin's brand, it was all very much like white streamlined packaging, which was very much popular 3 years ago. Now, less so. I mean, at the end of the day, packaging is just what contains the product. It's the formulation that matters. But of course, I think in a world where, Instagram is front and center and the image counts, I think maybe they paid the price for that, which I think is a shame. This is their Lotus Water Cream. I remember this being my absolute favourite. And I am going to be honest, I've had this a while. This is probably out of date, so I do need to buy a new one, which I definitely will do. But yeah, just trying it. Actually, it feels the same as it always did. Super lightweight, a great gel cream, which I absolutely love. Keep this in the fridge for the ultimate cooling, and I think this could be an amazing all year round moisturiser for oily skin types and a summer favourite for those that have a dry, dehydrated skin. It's a nice product, and definitely I'd say the best of their collection. They do a cleanser that I really liked, and this is their LHA Blemish Ampule. Great option for people that have oily, blemish-prone skin. This actually, I remember loving so much. This is actually an unopened new bottle, which is still in date. So, so I am actually going to crack this out. I'm going to try it out over the next sort of like 2 weeks, and then I'll feedback what my thoughts are on it. But yeah, I think rovectin do deserve a little bit of a second look. Their packaging might not be the most inspiring and amazing, but the formulations are really good. So yeah, I think this is a former holy grail that just needs a little bit of a second chance and a bit more attention. Let's keep with brands rather than individual products and talk about Stratia. Again, around 3 years ago, Stratia was all over Instagram. It was one of the brands of the moment. Their formulations are divine. They offered really great formulations, a really fair price point. Like, being cruelty-free was front and center of all their marketing, which I personally love. And I tried a lot of their products and really enjoyed them. I don't know why people have kind of stopped mentioning it. Maybe, it was just that appeal of the new, and when Stratia weren't new anymore, people moved on, and I think that's a shame, because honestly their formulations are great. This is their Soft Touch AHA Exfoliant, really nice, gentle option. I think they're star performer, and I don't actually have it on me, but since I've remembered it, I have literally put one on order about 30 minutes ago, is their Stratia Liquid Gold. Now, I have Amy, who's a fantastic follower and friend of the channel, to thank for reminding me of this. She mentioned it on a live stream about a week ago, and I was like, I need to re-engage with that product. It's so good. The liquid gold is just that. It's liquid gold in a bottle. It hydrates, it nourishes, it calms. It comes in a great pump. It looks beautiful. It's ticking every single box. And I think if you're looking for extra hydration and calming and soothing at the same time, this is a really great moisturizer. I'd say it's kind of a moisturizer serum hybrid. It's not as thick as some moisturizers, but it definitely has a thickness that maybe doesn't align with serum. So it's somewhere in between. Definitely the standout of their collection. And again, I've linked it below. If you want to try it out again, like I'm going to be doing over the next couple of weeks, definitely worth a look. Stratia are a great brand. And let's applaud the brands that are putting, being cruelty-free front and center of all their marketing and what their mission and their values, because I think that's really, really important, and Stratia definitely tick that box. So, for an individual product, do we remember this? This was the Ordinary Multi-Peptide Lash and Brow Serum. Now, I tried this when I was on holiday in Portugal, which was probably 2 years ago. So I'm guessing this came out around 2 years ago then, because I think they sent it to me to try out before it actually launched. I really loved it. It's a slow burn. It's the sort of product, well, first of all, you put it on your lashes, you put it on your brows, and after about 3 months of use, you will notice the difference. Well, I certainly did anyway. I was really impressed, but I think because you don't get that instant win, a lot of people kind of lost interest with the product after, the first tube had gone. I had to invest in about 3 of these before I saw the results, but I love them. I'll try and dig out a shorts video where I did a 90-day update, which I'll link up there. Since using this, I have definitely noticed that the brows appear thicker. They're easier to tame. They take a lot less effort on a morning. I've never been one to use a lot of brow product. I certainly don't slick them down and do all of that. My routine's extensive enough as it is. Don't need another step. But I do find that just naturally my brows just kind of fall into place a little bit better. It's slightly thicker. Yeah, I think it's worked. And I think for the price point, it's worth it. I think a lot of the reason why it went viral and people loved it first off was it was new and people didn't really persevere with it. You do have to stick with this and then you'll see the results. But the good thing is this is peptide based, so it hasn't got any of the questionable chemical ingredients that are in some of the other ones on the market that actually have been tested and not the safest for use around the eyes and things like that, which has always made me wary of lash and brow serums in the past. It's absolutely fine, and the ingredients in here are designed for like long-term benefit rather than quick wins, which I applaud. Yeah, I love it. I stopped using it for my lashes, got bored with that, and honestly, it was too much faff. But on the brows, I still use it to this day, and I probably bought 10, 15 of these. Absolutely love them. Great wand applicator. Sorry, I don't know if you can actually see that. Really nice fine wand applicator that you just flick through the brows, morning and evening, done. Absolutely done. Yeah, I love it, and I hope that this gets a bit of more attention because I think as far as lash and brow serums go, it works. It's affordable, it's safe for use around the eye area, which I think should be like the number one thing, but unfortunately some other brands haven't quite grasped that. And yeah, I definitely think it's a nice addition to the ordinary skincare line. So we've got some other products. Well, let's do another couple of brands first. NIOD, used to love NIOD. I know a lot of people absolutely went mad for them. It was that right blend of accessible and scientific. You know, this was super scientific formulations, you know, but they somehow made it accessible. And, you know, as skincare aficionados, felt that we were getting a little bit more by paying more for NIOD. I know I certainly did. And I went mad for their products. The fact they worked, also added bonus, and I really loved them. I'd say I've moved away from NIOD in the past year, as I think a lot of people have online. If you have a look and see kind of, they don't get the same traction that maybe they did. And I think it comes to price point. They have put their prices up in the past 2 years on a number of occasions, and that it certainly put me off as a consumer. Now I appreciate inflation is a thing, you know, who hasn't noticed the price of everything has gone up? And so I expect brands to, you know, account for that and to put prices up a little bit. But NIOD, it just seemed to be quite regular with these price rises. So I ultimately stopped buying from them and turned off. And I think a lot of other people did too. However, I have tried a couple of their products, like reintroduced a couple of their products recently, and was like, yeah, I forgot just how much I love them. They do like a bio lip oil, which is really great if you want like a natural flush to the lips and like super hydrating. I'll leave an image of it on the screen. Really, really good. I also love their antioxidants. Unfortunately, the Survival Zero is out of stock at the moment because that was one of my favourites. And I love their Superoxide Dismutase Mist, which is a great antioxidant mist for a little hydration too. So what I will say with NIOD is we all know that NIOD sale is coming around the corner in November, 1 month to go. And we'll be doing our usual annual like charity drive with NIOD. If you're new to the channel, one every year when Decium, NIOD and The Ordinary have their sale, I usually launch a video on the first day saying these are what my personal picks are going to be, the things that I'm buying, share with you the favourites of both brands. We then leave some links in the description box, which are affiliate links, and so at no cost to you, the channel receives a small amount of commission. And that commission we collect together for the month of November, and then we donate to a charity when it all comes through and it's paid. And it's our way of saying you can shop your favourite skincare and donate to charity at zero extra cost to you. It's like win-win-win, ding, ding, ding. We're going to be doing that again in November, and I think I'm going to pay extra attention to NIOD this year and think, whilst that sale's on, what do I actually want to purchase? You know, what are those products that I might be able to stock up on to kind of get around, circumvent some of the price rises and still enjoy NIOD as a brand? Yeah, definitely good quality formulations. I wish they'd just make a cut to their price and then I'd be all over it. So finally, I've got 2 other things to mention. So finally, these are peeling gels. Do you remember these? This is the Secret Key Lemon Sparkling Peeling Gel, which I think is the most popular of all of them. These are the ones that actually have cellulose in them, which balls up when you rub it on the skin. This cellulose balls up and almost mimics like skin flaking off, dead skin cells being removed from the skin. So they seemed super satisfying. You thought, oh my god, I'm literally rubbing away the years of hyperpigmentation and wrinkles and resurfacing. You're not. It was a bit of a gimmick, but it did work. And I think that cellulose, those balls, did offer an element of manual exfoliation, which I personally enjoyed. They've fallen out of favour. I think people just got bored of them. The gimmick was there, lasted a while, and fallen out of favour. I actually still think a well-formulated one could be a great, gentle exfoliator option. And I like this one. This is the Secret Key Lemon Sparkling Peeling Gel, like I said, which is the one linked below. I probably use this once or twice a month, and I always enjoy it. So I always have one on hand. And I think former viral sensation, but probably does deserve these style of products. There is a place, and I think if you have a very sensitive skin type and you want a gentle manual exfoliation, they could be a really, really great option. So let's see if we can get a little bit more love going for them in the next sort of couple of months. I guess the purpose of today's video was just to say, just because something isn't hyped, viral, the sensation of the moment, doesn't mean that it can't be your favourite. I think we all get attracted to the new, the fear of missing out, what's popular. But ultimately, if a product works and it delivers, it deserves a place in our skincare routine. And I think all the products I've mentioned and the brands that I've mentioned today do still work. I hope I captured effectively the reasons why I think they no longer get the hype they do, because there's always a reason behind these things. But why maybe some of these actually are worth a second look. I'm going to be having a look at rovectin. I'm going to buy a new, not out-of-date version of that water cream and reintegrate it, just see if I fall in love with it again. Definitely going to be shopping more NIOD in the sale because that's when you can get it at a more affordable price point. And I'm interested in good molecules. I think, you know, let's be honest, just because something's not hyped, maybe we have that insider information and we can feel like we have something that no one else is using. There's a good value and there's good feeling in that too. Let me know your thoughts below and wherever you are in the world, guys. Stay safe, stay well, I love your skin. Take care. Bye.